Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ray here at the Weather Edge Finder, and I'm bringing to you today a live trading video. I just kind of show people out there who've been curious on how I use the tool, how it was designed in the most effective use. I want to show how I use my discretion to the tool. I know a lot of people out there just want something that is going to tell them exactly what to do. They don't have to think, just click yes or no on a trade. You know, partly that's how this is designed. Obviously, we've back tested it. We've tried a lot of different systems to have it as strong as possible. But with that said, there are limitations to any system. And I'm kind of gonna go over how I kind of use my discretion, how I think about it, looking through some bets. So let's jump into it. And as I go through too, I'll kind of explain what some of these things are, et cetera. And so, or what time is it here? It's about a little after 10:30 Eastern. Um, from my experience so far, I do like waiting a little bit before putting on trades. I've tried doing like early morning trades. I've tried doing day before trades. Um, that's probably to be expected. I thought perhaps there'd be an edge on placing some bets early. Um, it's a bit tough. I mean, it's definitely going to be a little bit more variable now. Perhaps I'll have some success doing it. But from my understanding, the markets are pretty well set price wise before then. But anyway, not to drone on about that. I like to wait a little bit. And as we'll see, I'll look at some of the West Coast cities here. I usually wait a little bit for the West Coast cities, obviously being 3 hours behind us. I like, the more information you get as you get to see the pacing of the temperature, you can make wiser decisions, I think. But um, with that said, I do have a couple of positions on now. Two of them are low market. That's actually what I will bet before, or on the previous day is a low market, but it looks like I'm probably losing this Miami bet, at least right now. Um, but I did put on a Miami no bet. Haven't had much success with Miami lately, but I took no on 69.70. Oh, actually, this was the low bet. Was it? Oh yeah, yeah, that's the low bet for Miami. Oh yeah, I took a long shot yes bet on Miami, which doesn't look like good. Miami's definitely running hot. Miami's always runs hot, it seems, compared to NWS forecast. But anyway, okay. Anyway, let's look through it. As we see here in the status closing, I'm going to filter towards high markets only. When you see a closing status like that, that means it's probably don't want to look at it. The lows probably already set in for Austin, so we're going to filter towards the high market. So we'll take a look up here at top. So as you see here, we got it sorted by EV. That's expected value. For those of you that don't don't know what that means, that's like our main metric for saying how strong a bet is. Now, if you scroll down, you'll see sometimes when you get these like super high expected values, and that's why we have them labeled long shot. Um, the market's obviously extremely disagreeing with the system's EV percent. And why it's having it there is, you rarely have to win these bets for them to be profitable. As you see, they're priced so low. You barely have to win them. So, when you're modeling it out, it's going to show it having obviously these high percents, but the market obviously knows something here, and it's pricing it that low. Not that these won't ever win, but I haven't had much success. They've been like highly negative, and so that's why I put that disclaimer there. And so when you do see high EV percents, be a little bit wary. The market is fairly sharp. I mean, you got a lot of market makers in here, and while they're not invested in a direction, um, they're pricing things very well. And I like to think about this like, I got experience sports betting. I also got experience. trading, DFS, poker. So that's what my whole background. I really approach things from a GTO standpoint. That's game theory optimal. And these market makers are essentially like the bookies. Like they're setting the lines, the prices. And so always be wary if something seems a little off or like too good to be true. So anyway, so let's take a look over here at Philadelphia. So obviously we're going to yes. It's giving us a yes at 15%. And so what's the bracket we're looking at here? 35 to 60. Um, Pace adjusted temperature actually has it not coming within that range. 23% probability of winning. So again, essentially it's saying like you're not going to win this bet very often, but when you do win it, it's going to make up for all the losses. So what I go to look at, so this model forecast is the NWS, and from everything we've seen, the NWS is the most accurate forecast. Um, Also given, I mean, it makes sense. The bets settle at the NWS numbers, the NWS stations at the airports. So looking at this, temperature is running behind, and now it's still early in the day. I try not to give too much weight early on in the day to the pacing, and it's in our formula too. To I want to say like discount, yeah, to discount some like heavy variations in the morning, and then obviously as we get closer to high a day, more strength and less of a penalty to the deviations. Now, running three behind expected temperature, um, you know, somewhat interesting. Um, but with that being said, this is not a bet I am going to take. I'd rather wait to let the day form a little bit. Also, the yes bets um, that are around under 20 cents. I mean, 15. I mean, this is not bad. I mean, this could be very well be a good bet. But it's one I'm going to hold off on right now. And as you see for those of you who haven't seen it, here's our order book. I really like the depth of market um, look that we get on this compared to the Kalshi site itself. And then obviously you have the order book. And then another cool feature we got here. We have a suggested sizing for you. And you could turn it on and off. And this is the Kelly criterion that is determining the sizing. So this is one I'm gonna keep an eye on, one I'm not going to take right now. And just a note on the strategy of betting. Obviously, and this should be um, apparent, but obviously it's harder on the yes side. I mean, you have to fall within a 2-degree bracket. I often definitely like betting more no. Now, a lot of these no bets, you're not going to win as much from a multiple standpoint. But you have a way higher probability, and then also just from the fact like you're betting no, you have more ways to win. Temperature can run below it, temperature can heat up, run above it. And so by betting yes, you're betting on only 2 degrees. But with that being said, there definitely will be some good yes bets to make. All right, now as we have the system updating, we got a no bet here, showing a good EV percent. Okay, now see, look, now this is one I may be interested in. So looking at this, so it's 28 to 29 degrees. The pace adjusted right now, this is for Boston right here. I'll tell you right here, Boston high market. So the BOS. So if you guys, don't see it in the title, look right here. Um, okay, so NWS 26. So couple of degrees below this bracket. Now Boston does. Now, if you guys do want to check, I like doing this too. You go to our forecast section here, and we already have it filtered to the highs. Now here you can see um, the error rate for Boston, and so we have Boston. So NWS predicted. Um, it's running almost getting close to 3 degrees negative, so meaning that it's under predicting the high a day by that degree. And then here's the pacing temperature. The pacing temperature a little bit tighter, but still at a negative 0.76 degrees. So meaning again, it under predicts, under forecast the weather. And so as we can see, where did it go? Okay, I guess the odds change here, but I'll filter here. We'll go back to Boston. So yeah, someone must have bet on it. So as you can see, you should be very strict with your entries and price. You know, a couple of cents will really um, shift the EV percents. So definitely be strict with your entries. Be precise. I mean, especially if you're thinking about the long run. If you're constantly getting bad fills, then you take on top of that the fees that you're paying. It's going to be big to your bottom line. So keep that in mind. All right, so let's take a look here. Chicago. So we got another no bet here at 58 cents. Once again, a good EV percent, good probability of winning for sure. Um, all right, so we got Chicago about, running about a degree behind pace. Um, still early in the day, was it not? Yeah, so 9:35 when this was pulled. Um, about 1 degree behind. I'm fairly sure Chicago. Once again, as you see with most of these cities, they do run cold, and Chicago's one that does run cold pretty significantly. And now all this is factored into how the market scanner is pulling it up. So you guys don't always have to go back and look, but I like doing it for myself. Now this is one, um, I think I may be definitely interested in even with this. I mean, now, you factor in that this is always running cold. It is going to kind of run into this bracket. Um, Also, what you guys can do, I like, up here, you can click to view it on Calculator. Let's see what the market's thinking here. So the market's really thinking either 42, 43, 44, 45. So this was 44, 45. Yeah, so others are thinking maybe if it does run cold a little bit. So obviously, if we did bet 45, 44, 45, we'd want it to run cold as we have about a degree behind. Also, if it heats up during the day, right, could run into here, but market's giving it about 10%. This one's a little bit on the line for me. I mean, I would definitely wouldn't mind this bet. Um, it is predicting 43. So if this forecast is accurate very well, if it continues to go behind pace, obviously that's what we like to see. So, but right now it's still fairly close. I'm going to pass on this one, but this is one I'm definitely going to keep an eye on. It's still a little bit early in the day. Like I said, and even in my own stats, I've seen I do much better afternoon betting on East Coast time here. Let the forecast develop. Now, if I see this continuing to be behind pace throughout the day, I'm gonna hammer this bet. Um, but we'll pass for now. Another thing I like doing, so because we are on the East Coast, so I do this sometimes. And we're getting close to 11 o'clock here, East Coast, which all right, we're winter time, well, coming into spring, but we're a little bit further into the day, obviously, than the West Coast, mid east or Midwest, sorry, Midwest cities. So a lot of times I like to just filter through the city. So I'm going to filter through some of the East Coast time zone and the Central time zone cities. Get a good view there. Let's check out Austin. Nothing too much. We got low percents here, but let's take a look. At the forecast today for Austin, 83 degrees, about on pace. Um, Again, I don't really see nothing here. So, another thing too, I mean, for those of you that are experienced traders, experienced bettors, not to, be disciplined with your bets. Okay, so we have 9% yes signal here. Um, let's take a look. Okay, so all right, this one somewhat interesting. Um, so we got it definitely like right in the range here. Boston is running a little bit ahead now. Boston definitely, um, from what I've seen, definitely comes in hot a lot. Yeah, once again, another one that comes in fairly hot, biased about 0.76. So, again, this one it could be a good one. Actually, well, no, that's not the same. Oh, see, now it flipped to, oh no, here it is. Yes. We're gonna see. Again, I think this is one I'm gonna pass. Like for my bets to be a little bit more obvious. Let's take a look at Chicago. All right, we got a no at 42, 43. Market's putting in about 65% of happening. Running a little bit behind. Um, Now keeping in mind that the forecast does run colder. Um, I don't mind this bet, but we're gonna at 65 cents. Again, too, if I'm looking, I would have to really, if I wanted to get some size on here, what's my recommended? Yeah, about $100. I would really have to, again, this is why it's good having this market book order too. I'd really have to, I wouldn't get filled. Most of my order is going to get filled at 68, 3 cents above. I mean, it would still be a plus EV bet, but it's going to eat into my EV a little bit. Gonna pass. Hopefully we can get some bets on here. Okay, Dallas, looking like we're getting a little bit better. EV here, no. Okay, so we're gonna have, so this is favorite over here in Dallas. Let's pull up. Let's see what the market's got. Dallas priced at. All right, hopefully this is coherent for you guys watching back. Obviously, if there's any questions, you guys can put some questions you have for in the comments. Make sure you follow us at Weather Edge Finder on Twitter. I'll put it'll be in the description. It's at Weather Edge Find. You can hit us up any type of questions. All right, so we got no at 77 or below. Let's take a look. Okay, so that is favorite. So market is really convergent on only three temps here, mainly two. Let's see what we got our forecast at 79. Interesting. Okay, so 77 or below, and we're betting no. I know Dallas, again, like most of the cities, runs cold. Um, so that means it'll come in hotter. Okay, I think this is a bet I do like indeed. 78, 79. So we got some, so that's really the bracket. All right, so I think this is one I'm definitely going to bet on here. Um, as long as I can get a good fill here. 41. Yeah, see, I wouldn't get coming here to look at the order book. Look, I can't get any size on. So that's going to be one of the things too that's going to be um I guess an issue. I guess it depends on how much size you guys are looking to bet because I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to get any size on here. You see the order book's getting a little active here, but at times you can come and look. Sometimes there will be some size here, but for me, that's going to be a pass for now. But I'll come back and take a look at it. Let's see Denver. Okay, interesting. We got a yes signal here on Denver. Okay, so Denver. Okay, so this is an interesting one here. So we got Denver running 6 degrees behind right now. Now, Denver, from my understanding and from what I've seen, Denver's like pretty high variance throughout a day. But I know Denver, yeah, the pacing formula is fairly accurate. Like look at the bias. I mean, it's only 0.05. Um, the mean average error about 2 degrees. Forecast runs behind about 2 degrees as well. This is an interesting one. Pretty far behind. Let's see what the uh market thinks. Okay, so yeah, market is around these two, and then given a decent chance to 74, 75, running hotter. That I definitely would. I mean, especially running behind right now. When was this pulled? 8:45. Um, Yep, and we got look, I can get filled at 35 very well. I think this is one I'm definitely going to take. And for you, for those that are curious, if you go to tools here, we have a pretty neat thing. You can come here and see the hourly forecasts, what NWS is forecasting for every hour of the day. So what I believe, So if you guys just want to verify what the pacing temperature is telling you, I'm pretty sure that I don't know if it's 2 hours behind it. Let me see what Dallas or Denver is right now. Behind the East Coast, I should have looked before. So they're 2 hours behind us. Okay, so as it expected at 54, and now also too, this has the average error forecast or the average error the accuracy with this too as well. So if you want to come back and just see what NWS has for this time, so yeah, so it would be somewhere like in between 8 and 9, so probably closer to so almost be 55. It wants it to be around 55 degrees. Um, I believe if I'm looking at this correctly, but yeah, so like 54, 5. We're currently at 48.2 as of 8:45, so about 10 minutes, a little more than 10 minutes ago. I like this bet. I do. We're running it pretty well behind. I'm sure it'll catch up um somewhat. Um would be even below us. Yeah, so look, the market's given, and again, like I'll respect the market's opinion on these things. So if it continues to run behind, obviously this odds would increase, but the market's not giving it a fair chance. So I like it. Let's put on this bet. Hopefully, my logic is making sense to you guys. All right, suggested size of 44. So let's see, 125. Okay, around there. 28. Boom, we'll take that. And we're taking yes. Confirm trade. As you'll see, order book moves as we get filled. And oh, those are my existing bets. I think I have a low bet. Yep. Had a low temperature bet that looks like it won, and boom. Okay. And now we're filled. So if you guys want to come check your positions, yes, 70 to 71 on Denver. Now, this is something too. Treat it like a trader, like as I'm watching throughout the day, I'm monitoring if, pace starts getting above this, temperature starts heating up, gets back towards expected. You could always close the trade. You don't have to go down with the ship. Use good trading principles here. So, okay, we got our first bet in on Denver. Let's check out Houston. Um, okay, modest EV percents. All right, so on pace here for Houston. Um, NWS is forecasting 80. Um, I know Houston, like most of them, runs cold. Yep, runs decently cold. As you see, most of these do. We got some Phoenix. It seems like the desert ones, Vegas, much more accurate. Um, all right, let's take a look. I've been enjoying betting Houston. Houston's been a newer market on Kalshi. Um, Sometimes I think these like less paid attention to markets can be a good edge if you can get filled. So what does this have me betting? No. Let's see if I could even get filled decently. Well, I could. Seems like I could at least get what 42. So mm, it's on pace. What time is it? So it's an hour behind East Coast. Again, I mean, this is one maybe you'll show a small profit in the future. I'm gonna skip it for now. I wouldn't blame anyone for taking it. Again, I like the no bets, especially if we do hit the forecast. I mean, it's on pace for right now, but there's no harm in waiting. I don't think the odds are going to shift too much in the next couple hours or so. So I'm going to skip this. Hopefully, you guys are not thinking I'm too conservative here. I like to think I'm exercising discipline. Vegas still West Coast. I'm gonna wait on Vegas. Still early in the morning there, but Vegas is running a little bit ahead right now. 80, 81. Well, looking about it's giving about a coin flip chance. 78, 79 is the other favorite. Um, And as we saw before, Vegas forecasts are like very accurate from NWS, so it would fall into this range. Um, we'll skip for now. We'll see how Vegas develops. LA, let's filter to the high. All right, so we're showing a pretty sizable yes here. 17 cent. Let's see, 70, 71. Now our pace does have it coming above that though, and plus LA is running a little bit ahead right now. It's still early in the morning there. Yeah, this one I'm gonna say not gonna take this. I don't want to go against the pace right now. I mean, 71 and LA already runs cold. I believe again, yeah, 1.72. So yeah, onto that, plus ahead of pace. I'm not going to do that. I'd be more interested in a no bet, and we got a pretty good no bet. Yeah, I mean, see, so this one I like for sure. This is under the forecast. Um, Getting a good price for sure. We got a 59% chance of this winning. Market's got it at 50. It's running ahead of pace. This one I like actually quite a good bit here. Can we get filled to 53? Yeah. Yep, I'm going to take this. She'll still show a good EV percent. Got me at 74. So, okay, good. We'll take that. Let's take this up to 53. 125. Nope. Go 142 minus some fees. Boom. All right. No. Buy the nose. Boom. And we're filled. And I'll show you here. Yep. Boom. No. 142 contracts. Boom. We're in on LA. Now, or, again, I don't like making too much bets early in the day, but this one I do like. Interest in the market has it coming under, well, a significant chance. Yeah, it actually is the favorite. Quite interesting. So maybe there's something the market knows that I don't. But even if that was the case, betting no does give you more chances to win than betting specifically on this temperature bracket. So I like that. Miami, nah, we're gonna skip. Miami coming in hot, but uh, yeah, I just don't. I'm just gonna I'm gonna pass on this one. As you can see too, it's gonna be hard for me to get a good fill, immediate fill. Well, it does have it at 65. I could, but it's smaller percent, 65. I'm not gonna take it. Even though we got another one that popped up here. Oh, no, actually, it's the same one. It was just that popped up. Skipping Miami. Minneapolis. This has been a good one. Again, a newer market. I've been enjoying betting. So we got a yes bet here. Okay, battle on pace for Minneapolis. Okay, hour behind East Coast, 41. Let's see what the fills. Okay, so I get filled at 34. Uh, 5 cents away from what it's recommended. I'm gonna come back and check on this. Um, I believe Minneapolis forecast is okay, a little bit. Definitely cold, almost 2 degrees. Pacing bias about a half degree cold. Not bad. But I think an interesting thing I like to think about, like this is at the top of the bracket, so we don't have any margin for error because if it does you know run cold this forecast, right? It's gonna bleed into the 42, 43 bracket. I would much prefer if this was like 41, 42. So when you have the number on the lower bracket, you have more room for error, and I think that's a underrated kind of game theory strategy that people are not looking at. All right, we got a no bet here, New Orleans. Okay, so pretty. Pretty good degree off now. It's running about 2 degrees behind. Um, hmm. It's a little bit early. I think I am gonna like this. Though New Orleans, from what I've seen, New Orleans can be a little tricky where it'll be running behind during the day, then it'll catch up, get higher. So you guys gotta, again, that's why I said I like waiting a little bit as we get closer to the afternoon. We're getting closer, a couple hours away from like high a day. You can, get a better sense for what's going on, and then you can keep an eye on this, see if it's like, okay, still running behind, still running behind, still running behind. Okay, boom, place your bet. So you can place it with a little bit higher confidence. Um, let's see, how are we looking on Phil? Yeah, look, and then look at the order book. I'm not going to get filled till really 64. I'd imagine yeah, almost $60. 54, I could get a little bit. And so you could always do this too if you want to take a position early, because like I said before, you could always close the position out if you want to start at least getting some size on. And then if the forecast is still going in your favor, then you can add some size in, kind of like building a position in trading. Um, so do I want to bet this? I don't mind it. I mean, I'm gonna trust in our pace adjusted though. It's still a little bit early. And actually, you know what? I'm not, because New Orleans can be hard to exit because of the liquidity. So you gotta keep that in mind too. Like some of the more liquid cities, you could do this. New York, Philadelphia, Miami, um, Chicago. Those New Orleans is a bit thinner. So it's one I'm gonna keep an eye on. Not gonna take right now. New York. Now, just a note for New York. New York only it's not at an airport like the rest of the cities. The weather station, it's at Central Park, and it's always like at 51 every hour that it reports the temperature. So you only have the temperature reporting every hour, so not at like these other cities where it's every 5 to 10 minutes. Um, so anyway, looking at this, so what time is it now? Okay, so we were close to it being reported 10:51, 26 degrees, so it's 3 degrees behind. Um, okay, and we're getting a good price. Interesting. All right, let's see what the market's thinking about New York. All right, so this one's solidly favorite um over the rest, and we're showing a decent bit behind. Even the actual forecast is outside of this bracket. Should probably be able to get a good fill on New York. No, 44. Well, it's only got me at 32, so actually I could probably get a fill here. I could always put a resting order as well. Just moving a little bit. Sees the market perhaps buying it up a little bit. No. So it's good too. You could um it's moving pretty quickly here. The order book. So what's the market thinks favorite? Yeah, so it thinks it's favorite. So market is giving it a 17% chance. It does come in colder. Again, I'm a little hesitant to bet New York because it is a little tricky, but we are 11 o'clock. The order book is thin until the 40s, 41, 39. All right. I mean, we'd still come out. This one again, this is one I don't think is a bad bet. We could wait. This is one we could come check at the, top of the hour again. Not a bad bet. It's just going to be hard. I'm going to get a little bit off of the price though, and again, as you guys could probably see, I'm a bit stingy with the price, so we're going to pass. I'm not going to force anything again. I It's still early in the day, so I'm definitely not going to press it. You could still get some good trades for sure. Later on, you don't have to be panicky. All right. So looking here, Oklahoma, OKC, Oklahoma City. Um, hmm. Okay, this is I just had to go double check here. It's interesting. So 60, 60. I mean, we're way below it. Is there something I'm missing here? I'm gonna get filled to 66. See, now this, what's the market thinking here? I'm almost thinking right off the rip, this is a slam dunk bet here. Um, this bracket is favorite. Well, we got close 59 and below, which would make sense. It's already at 44, so I guess the market thinks it's gonna come in hot. Um, yeah, I mean, even if it does heat up, I mean, God, we're far away from uh NWS 44.6 now. Yeah, I'm almost because this seems too good to be true. Um uh Even coming in at 62. Um Something seems off here, but I am definitely going to bet it. What do we have? $77. I could get filled here at 66, 63. I mean, I'm going to take it. I am absolutely going to take it. Well, here, look, I'll show you guys this. Let's do this. Let's see if sometimes you'll see so what was that, 70? Oh, 60. Boom. We'll go this. I'm gonna eat up 63, 64. Then I'm gonna see if we get any more fills here. All right, so you see I ate that up. I don't know, was there a 67 there that got ate up? All right, well, what do I have? 38. All right, we'll buy but up 68. Come back and revisit it. I'm not getting my full size on this. I could buy up 69, but now we're getting a bit uh far from like the recommended entry price or what it had when it did the calculation. But with that being said, I mean, unless there's something I'm missing, I mean, eh, there's a lot of ways we can win this bet, and I don't mind putting on some size here if I can get it. Now we're at 70. You know what? I am going to take it. So this is me definitely using a bit of my discretion here. I'm at 58, so we got to get 20 more dollars on. All right. See, it's getting C 72, C 9. I'm getting further and further away. So it seems like others are buying that up. See, now I gotta get to 72. See, now we're getting far we're getting far away now. Um, 73. We're gonna skip it for now. We'll come back to it. But all right, we at least got some on. And obviously we got a yes signal on 59. Um, which could be interesting. I mean, this could be another way for you that are trying to get size on. Um, because we're betting like directionally here. So this could be another way to reflect my betting stance, my trading stance is because obviously if we're betting on no on this, we're betting on the under essentially to come in, right? So the 59 or under. And so if I wanted to come here and take a yes position, boom, this could be a way for me to also get some size on and reflect the position. You know what? Actually, I think I'm going to do it. Seen some people like disagree with me doing this, but I don't. I think I like doing this. I don't mind taking two bets on one city, especially if things seem like they're lining up correctly. Again, this almost feels like, I don't know, the market knows something. I don't, but maybe not, because it seems like it's starting to trend a little bit different now. Yeah, look, now we're getting closer. So I'm gonna buy 34. Yeah, 34. I'm gonna buy it here, $22. So 85. No, we'll just take that there. All right, well, I think you guys got the gist now. There's a couple more cities I got. I'm gonna pause the video here. This may be the end of the video. I don't know how long we've gone. But I'm gonna pause it here. Maybe I'll pick back up in the afternoon, maybe in an hour or so, maybe near 1 o'clock, so we can kind of check on the positions, to see what else has transpired. Going for there, and hopefully this was clear. If it wasn't, please leave any questions in the comments. Hit us up on Twitter. Um, Again, hopefully this was clear. Kind of just trying to put you guys through my head, how to use the system. And yeah, thanks for joining me, guys. Maybe I'll see you in a little bit. If not, be on the lookout for more videos. I'll should be doing these weekly. Um, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.